And welcome back to another Tuesday night. And this is the Big Exclusive Podcast, brought to you by our prestigious sponsors. Okay, we got to make sure we're showing the sponsors some love because without the sponsors, we would not be able to do this. First and foremost, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Critical Shot Studio. Don, the owner of Critical Shot Studio, is also executive producer of the show. So I want to thank him, tell him how much I appreciate him. If I look good, if I sound good, you can attribute that to him. And if you got any audio or visual needs, anything from photo shoots to commercials to podcast production, audio engineering, you want to get with our guy Don over at Critical Shot Studio. Super appreciate him. Major shout out to Epic Graphics and Crafts, official merchandise sponsor for the Big Exclusive Podcast. Any and all merchandise coming from the Big Exclusive Podcast is courtesy of Epic Graphics. Shout out to the Money Is Where It's At LLC. Those two young brothers are doing very major things in the clothing industry, and they be blessing us with some clothes. It's almost time for us to pick up some more stuff so we can give away for free. But we got to remember to support them young brothers and spend some money with them. So if you head over to the Money Is Where It's At LLC on Instagram, you will get a discount. All you got to do is inbox them your order and let them know Big Exclusive or the Big Exclusive Podcast sent you. Major shout out to Bestie Booth. If you are down to have an event or you're having an event, whether it be a wedding, a birthday party, bar mitzvah, any celebration where you want those 360 cameras, you want to holler at the best in the business, and that's Bestie Booth. These two beautiful black queens are in the business of making your event special with the photo booth. There'll always be a very courteous and kind attendant there with the booth to make sure everything runs smoothly. They're always on time, and they will make your event very memorable. So please make sure you guys head over to Instagram, check out Bestie Booths on Instagram, and let them know the Big Exclusive Podcast sent you as well. And then who else do we have? iCraft Mart. All your skincare needs, all your wholesale needs, you can head over to iCraftMart.com. That's where you can pick up our sponsor product from Shea Harmony. Shea Harmony offers all natural products for the body with their whipped body butter being their most exclusive item. Shea Harmony whipped and scented body butters is sure to keep your skin moisturized, soft, smooth, and it also soothes dry, cracked skin and will leave you smelling amazing. Shea Harmony also offers natural soaps, beard and hair oil, essential oil remedies, and more. Shea Harmony products can be purchased at iCraftMart.com. Shea Harmony, bringing harmony to your skin. One of our newest sponsors, I want to bring her in right quick. This is the biggest boss in charge. This is Cameron, owner of Cammy Cake. Say hi to the people.
Hi.
You want to tell them a little bit about your business real quick?
Yeah, so what I do for business is I make brownies. So I make sweets like cookies, brownies, like chocolate chip cookies and all of that. So we're bringing more types of cookies and brownies. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, where can they get your brownies? You forgot?
Yeah.
It's right there on the screen. Look, right there.
I craft mart.
You want to tell them about your sister business?
Yeah.
What's the name of her business?
Maywa Cosmetics.
And what does she have?
She has lip gloss and lip balm.
Thank you, Cameron.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.
That was the biggest boss in charge. That's my daughter, Cameron. Like she just said, her company is Cammy Cakes. You can purchase her dry brownie mix over at iCraftMart.com as well. Just real quick, some little bit of housekeeping. If you are checking out the live stream on Facebook, please do us a favor and share the stream. Share the stream with your people. The Big Exclusive Podcast is one, we pride ourselves on having family. We don't have fans of the show, we have family. So shout out to all our family that's normally locked into the Big Exclusive podcast each and every week. But without further ado, it is time. Oh, and make sure y'all following us on Instagram. That's at the Big Exclusive Podcast. Is spelled exactly how I said it. With that being said, it's time to bring in my co-host for the show. You guys know him as the angriest person in the podcast world. Yeah, it's that time. We got to bring it. He hit me with the 52 fake out this week. He definitely told me he was going to be off. He had some business to handle, but I'm always super excited to have my co-host, my brother from another, my bottom fam, the angriest man in the podcast business, Angry OG. What's up?
Hey now.
Hey now.
Yo, listen.
We got a beef every week, bro.
We had a winner last week, and you didn't give them their shit.
Who won?
I did not tell him.
The body butter.
The lick me all over. Listen.
Yeah. What you ate?
It's locked. It's funny you should say that though, because it is an all natural product, and if you want, you technically could eat it because there's no chemicals in it. You know what I mean? All of it is all natural, organic, so you could eat it, but I didn't eat it.
What it tastes like?
I've never tried it. I've never tried it. I've never had the balls to, taste it a little bit. I never had it. We're waiting on our how was your weekend right quick though? Let's get into that right quick. How was your weekend?
I'm gonna tell you what I always tell you. It was just 2 days that went by.
Nothing special, huh?
At all.
Damn, we got to start doing something about your weekends, man. We got to start getting.
I'm all right with that. I'm all right with my weekends being like that.
No, I'm saying
I don't need no action.
You don't need no action. Time for some action.
Yeah. I don't need no action, boss.
I'm about that action, boss.
I'm washed up. I'm a has-been that never was. I turned into a couch potato.
You a has-been that never was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on that.
Because I'm a regular couch potato.
If you know, you know. God damn it! If you know, you know. Let's bring in our special guest co-host. I talked to Flight earlier. He must be running a little late, but I want to bring in our special guest co-host. He out the country.
Yeah.
that mean
West Virginia.
That mean he in West Philly right now.
West Virginia. That's how the country.
That nigga said, I be all over the world.
Yeah.
Said, where you was?
South Dakota, Florida.
Oh, that is funny. Let's bring in our special guest co-host tonight. She is probably one of my favorite people in the world. When I tell you, I live for her to cook when she's in the city. We just had her and she was in Kentucky. Before that, she was in Atlanta. Before that, she was in Philly. She is, where in the world is Chef Marcy Jackson tonight?
I am in Houston, Texas.
Man, listen.
Why, pray tell,
I gotta cut you off because you keep coming over here and you ain't never sent no food boxes yet.
Listen, every time I try to come up there, it be going down up there, so I gotta keep my distance.
United States Parcel Service.
UPS.
You need me to overnight you something?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see what I can do when I get to where I'm going.
Okay.
I mean, you just never know.
You just get game and shit, man.
We got to bring in our other guest co-host. This guy is, when it comes to commenting, he a Hall of Famer. He the grand champ in the comments. He's probably going to end up going back to the comments, but I wanted to bring him in early to talk about this whole sports situation we got going on for our topic today. We got to bring in security man himself, the jack of all trades, master of one, and that's the joke. Our guy, Big Roll. What's up, Big Roll?
Family. What's up, man?
Hey, listen.
How long you gonna last?
Yeah, 'cause you got
How
people
long you
waiting
gonna
on you.
last?
You got people waiting on you to fail this time, Ro.
Look, as long as ain't nobody sitting in my chair in the crowd, we good.
Okay. I think your chair is safe. Right now, I gotta bring in because I just saw him pop up. We gotta bring in, our brother from another. He in his normal position. He laying down just like he just got out of surgery or some shit. He bedridden. The funniest guy I know personally, comedian, worldwide, world
World
famous,
traveler.
world traveling comedian. Top motherfucking flight. Flight, what up, bro?
Hey, no, I fell in that hole the last time. I ain't falling in that hole this time. Yeah, I be going out the country. And no, you don't. No, you don't.
Mother said, "Hey, where you be going?" He said, "Where you be going?" Florida, motherfucker.
What's up, lady? Oh, we got a guest. Ladies and gentlemen. Big Ro, what's up, big homie?
He ain't gonna last long flight.
Wow, what happened? What'd he do?
When the lights come on, he get out of town before sundown.
Yeah, nah, I think it'd be his Wi-Fi. See, look, he breaking up already. Look.
We need Roll in the comment section. We need to go in the comment section, man.
Yo, he's definitely a Hall of Fame in the comment section. But we need Big Roll for this one, okay? And we're gonna try to run through this quick because we got a special guest coming on with a business opportunity for everybody tuned into the Big Exclusive Podcast. Whether you're listening now live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, make sure you share the stream, show the stream some love. But for this conversation, because I'm gonna just put the topics up on screen right quick, because I want to let people know the first portion of the show we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about all-time greats. Now, Marcy, I'm not sure if you with this part, but hopefully you can add some insight to it. But the three things I want to talk about: all-time greats, greatest gangster movie of all time, greatest comedy special of all time, and greatest sports dynasty. So I want to kick it off with the greatest gangster movie of all time. Godfather. Okay.
I would say Goodfellas.
That's what I was going to say. Goodfellas or Casino? I like
Okay,
Casino.
Godfather, Goodfellas, Casino. Big Roll, what you got?
I'm gonna go with what my man Colangelo was in
Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale.
We'll go with Bronx. We'll go with Bronx Tale.
Okay.
Now,
so
did any of you guys ever watch on Netflix Peaky Blinders? It's about an Irish mob.
I tried to watch it, but I couldn't get into it.
Ah man, it's so good.
I couldn't get into it.
So good. Yeah.
Good.
That's a television.
I like Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Before that.
Boardwalk Empire is good, but I think Peaky Blinders is actually better, bro.
That's your opinion.
Yeah. I think I think Peaky Blinders is a little bit better.
I'm about to say I'm the young one on here. New Jack City, goddammit, shit.
Yeah, I see. This one was hard for me because when I think is The Usual Suspects a gangster movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would that be considered a gangster movie? No. Why not?
They was just thieves and shit. Like
that was a heist flick.
Harlem Night. Then how about that?
Shit, if you could say that, you could say Heat is a gangster movie. They was doing the same thing as
Yeah.
So you would classify that more like a drug movie.
So if I can't use The Usual Suspects, I'm gonna go with my man Larry Fishburne and say Hoodlum.
Hoodlum was shit.
You come uptown.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hoodlum was good. Carlito's Way was good.
Carlito's Way was definitely good. But we talking the greatest Like, I'm trying to get to a consensus. The greatest gangster movie of all time.
Well, I mean,
Sopranos.
everybody. I mean,
Sopranos
you
was
got
good.
you have to say The Godfather. That's more
Come on,
that's
though.
more renowned than any other movie.
I
Gangster
Not
never
the
movie.
watched it.
Sopranos, bro.
Let's talk about.
Never
It's a,
watched The Godfather
Sopranos
before.
was a TV series,
that's a
though, bro.
TV series, but
We talking about a
look
movie.
at the accolades that The Godfather has got. Like, just I
I
think
mean,
it's got more credit for
but
for
see,
any other movie.
I think Godfather probably. I mean, because that's a trilogy, right?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
for me, the complete trilogy, when you look at it as a whole, to me, is a masterpiece, right? But just as a standalone movie, I would have to say, Goodfellas. Because I think Goodfellas had it. I think Goodfellas had it all, bro.
I think Casino was good too.
You think Casino was good? Casino
Yeah.
was really good, but I mean, because look, it's hard to say because all of those were acted really well, and I think all of them got basically the same people, right? See
Yeah.
this one, Andrea says Scarface.
That's the greatest. That's the greatest. Ghetto gangster John. That's
Ghetto
the hood,
gangster.
the hood famous John.
Yeah. Scarface is the greatest started here movie.
Yeah, see, I can go with that, but if I'm trying to get to a consensus,
But obviously, you're not gonna
Don
get it
said,
from the people that you're talking to right now.
Godfather, no matter what race you are, everyone appreciates it.
Goodfellas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Goodfellas too.
I've never watched The Godfather.
You've never watched
Me
The
neither.
Godfather?
Mm-mm.
Ro, you never seen The Godfather? Holy
Like I know
shit.
what it is, but I've never like sat down and watched it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give you my Fire Stick account. You need to get upgraded, sweetie. Both of y'all.
Roll
You said
and roll, especially roll. You old as shit and ain't never see.
Damn, he's just gonna
yeah,
blast
oh,
on
shit.
all this shit.
Yo, man.
So listen. All right. Just overall, how about our guest today said Colors?
Oh yeah, that was good. That's with the Mexican Latinos or whatever, right?
Yeah,
That's gang banging. That's not a
that's
gangster movie.
Well, shit, if
King
So,
of
that's
New
but
the
York is
case,
okay,
like an underdog goat to some.
then let me ask: is there a difference between gangster movie and gang banging movie? Because the level of violence is still the same, right?
I would agree, absolutely.
Yeah.
The
And
level
are
of
we only
violence,
classify? I
yeah.
mean,
Then
if you classify gangster movies as dealing with mafioso only, like his New Jack City would, because that was organized crime, right? It was just black people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nino
Mm-hmm.
Brown.
shit, the King of New
Yep.
York was better than New Jack City.
The King of New York was better than New Jack City.
Yeah,
Who is
Ah,
that yesing in the back?
that's the executive producer. All right, so listen,
Yo.
it's two. It's let's just go through it one more time. I say Goodfellas. OG, what say you?
I said it 3 times. The Godfather.
I didn't ask you how many
I didn't
times
change
you
my
said
mind.
it. I ain't asked you if you changed your mind
I,
either.
you heard me saying it, so why you don't remember? I ain't changed my mind.
Hey, y'all, we got company now. Come on.
Yo, this nigga right here, man, he just be extra. You
The
need a drink or
Godfather.
something? You
The
need a
fifth
drink?
time.
You need a
I
drink?
might need one.
Pour you a fucking drink so you can relax a little bit. Take the edge off, bro. So, Godfather, Marcy, what say you?
I'm gonna go with Goodfellas.
All right, I say Goodfellas. Top Flight,
Yeah, Goodfellas for me.
big role. As he sips his fucking coffee.
You know his Wi-Fi is on a 15-minute delay.
I
How
like
does he
it.
get the, how does he
Look,
get the comments
am
so
I
fast?
a Chinese movie right now?
Yo, bro, you in the Matrix right now?
It's
Question
moving, but
is,
it ain't no sound. Like
And I wasn't saying nothing. It's a Chinese movie right now. I can see it on the leg.
all right, Big Ro, we gonna take you off. Big
Yeah,
Ro,
take him off because he's
we gonna
stealing his
put you.
neighbor Wi-Fi.
he
Yeah,
want yeah,
he's still in his neighbor Wi-Fi. American History X. That was who was that? Ed Norton. American History X. I thought that was pretty good too.
I mean, but then that's like saying natural born killers could be in the mix.
I mean, yeah, if we take in American History X, but
Yeah.
and Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs,
Now,
yeah.
They
the Reservoir
all the
Dogs
same
really
kind of
have
movies. Like
violence.
they all the same kind of movies.
I thought Reservoir Dog more was like a conspiracy of stealing,
It was
of being
that's
bank
how
robbery.
that's
But I didn't
how
think there was no violence in it, was it?
shit, he was bleeding out on the floor. He got shot.
I when he got shot. All right. It wasn't like chopping no fingers off or nothing, pulling no teeth or nothing. Like nobody
There
was
was
getting
violence in
tortured.
it though.
American Me.
Yeah, that was
I forgot all about American Me.
that was the shit.
Yeah, that was some
Blood
hardcore
in, blood
shit.
out.
Yeah, blood in, blood out. All
Blood
right,
in, blood out.
so based off the consensus on the show, Goodfellas is the best gangster movie of all time. Big Rose
You
says,
gonna say
slide
that
to my
because that's what
seat
she said.
like Kevin Hart. Dad with the sweatpants. Yo, he is wild. He is out of control. All right, so that was the greatest gangster movie of all time. Greatest comedy special of all time. Greatest comedy special of all time. That's
I
always
would
going to
have
be
to say
represented
Eddie
by
Murphy
arbitrary.
Raw.
Eddie Murphy Raw.
Him or Eddie Richard Pryor one.
Yeah, I would have to go with Richard Pryor Live on the Sunset Strip, man.
Yeah,
That was just
it's
incredible.
either or. Like that's 1A. That's 1 and 1A.
Yeah. So, Flight, as our resident comedian, who's special do you feel like, or who you think had the greatest stand-up special of all time?
Yeah, I will go Eddie.
Oh, Eddie Murphy?
Yep.
Okay. Marcy.
I'm gonna say Eddie Murphy, but I wouldn't say Raw. I like
So Delirious.
Delirious. Yeah.
Delirious.
Yeah, I like Delirious.
All right. So that was fairly easy. So do you feel like Eddie and Richard are like the ultimate? Because a lot of people, a lot of speculation now, especially with Dave Chappelle and all the, controversy you got spiraling around him right now, and they saying he is probably the greatest comedian of all time.
No. That's blasphemous to even repeat. He can't fuck with Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor at all.
In what way?
In the comedic way.
No, I need more than that. I need more than that.
It's a comedian, right?
I'm
It's a
sorry.
comedian, right?
Angry old head. I need more than that. Not just to be
As a comedian. That's what they are, comedians, right?
No, but this is the thing, right? This is where I think they differ in personalities, though, right?
That's why you got your own opinion. What I say ain't law. Like, he asks for opinions.
No, we're not saying it's law. We're not saying it's opinions. I'm just asking you to elaborate. So I can
Right.
As a comedian, he's a better comedian.
But what makes him better? So I feel like they differ.
He was funnier. He was funnier than they was funnier than
life stories made him funnier. Because Chappelle don't really tell life stories.
Chappelle, I never really got with his. I never really watched. I couldn't stick with his stuff. He's not funny to me.
Okay.
He's not that funny to me.
Now, do you think let's go different? So I think Chappelle is on the line of like a Jerry Seinfeld. They
never watched Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay, then that makes sense. Now I think the reason why, for me, I think that Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor are so funny is because they tell life stories that you can visualize in your head. Like, you don't have to speculate. You don't got to wait for the punchline. You can visualize every single second of what they're saying. To me, Chappelle, you got to go along for the ride, and then voila, here it is.
Well, I got ADHD.
Okay.
So I can't wait that long to laugh. Like I got ADHD.
Okay.
I think his anger just override all his sensibility. So yeah, I get it. So you like Carrot Top?
Who the fuck is that?
OG, do you like? You don't like? You don't know who you like? Andrew Dice Clay.
He was funny.
You know who else I think is funny? Joe Coy. I like him, but for a
Oh,
Filipino guy, Filipino,
I was gonna
yeah,
say Asian guy.
he's really funny.
Um,
The way he talk about his son.
Eddie Murphy is hilarious. Big Rose said both of y'all sound like Joe Pesci and Goodfellas. What do I amuse you? How? How? Fucking my funny. That's why. That's why he a Hall of Famer. That's why he a Hall of Famer in the comments. Stuff, comedy gold, just like that. But I do understand what Marcy was saying about elaborate. And Don, I don't have my monitor at all, bro. It's just gone. It's just dark. It's just black. Yeah. The fuck. Jim Carrey.
Now I never really liked Jim Carrey because I wasn't into characters.
Oh well, yeah. Just bring it up. All right, that's perfect. That's perfect. Thank you. Huh? I'm sorry, I had some technical difficulties. I had to
And
put
I
the
like
monitor up so that
Mark
I could
Lawrence stuff.
see other stuff going on while it's
I like
happening.
Mark Lawrence
You know, can't
also.
control
Okay.
it. But with that being said,
I can see that.
I think the consensus is that either yeah, that's hard because I did think Martin would get some love. The You So Crazy,
But then,
the
so
You
this
So
is my,
Crazy special.
so then my question is
And
this,
I think
right?
this is always this should have been different. It should have been like top 5,
Mm,
right? Let's flip it to top 5
okay.
because again, OG just said Eddie Murphy and Richard are 1A, 1B.
I would go
So
with them too.
he said the ladies should flip this question on their show. Who's the greatest female comedian? I don't know what ladies you talking about, bro.
You probably only could name 2 of them.
Um, we
Oh,
should we are about to do another ladies night. I don't know how
My,
soon,
my,
but
my top
we
5
will
would
do
be.
another ladies night. Maybe we can present that question to them. So Summer said Bernie Mac.
He would be in my top 5.
But
That he would be in my top 5.
I've seen Bernie in the Kings of Comedy. I'm trying to remember
I saw Bernie Mac in
what
person.
special. Did he have his own like 1 hour special?
I don't think
You know,
so.
he never did
That's
no
weird
special.
because I don't remember ever seeing it, and that's probably bad because I'm a
He
big
always
Bernie
had like
Mac fan.
skits on stuff like.
John Witherspoon pops with the bang bang. So let's flip it to the top 5 comedy specials. Yeah, comedy specials. So I'm gonna say Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip, Eddie Murphy Raw, Martin Lawrence You So Crazy, Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones, and Cat Williams. What was the Pimp Chronicles?
So you would
Probably
take
be
it
my
over. You would
top
take it
5.
over. Run Tell That or Delirious.
What you say, OG?
You would take that over Run Tell That or Delirious.
Bro, why can't I hear him? It's not coming in my headphones anymore. That's weird. I'm not sure why, but that's gonna drive me crazy because when you turn the monitor on, I lost in my headphones. Summer said she just naming folks. Eddie. She also said Cat. Yeah, like you said, I would take that over. What you say, OG?
Delirious and Run Tell That.
Delirious and Run Tell That.
Yeah, the Cat Williams, the Pimp Chronicles or whatever.
So my top 5 was Richard Pryor, live on the Sunset Strip.
Oh, I'm on a podcast. No. Sorry.
Richard Pryor, live on the Sunset Strip. Eddie Murphy, Raw. Martin, Run Tell That, or You So Crazy?
No, you said You So Crazy.
You So Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you said
Dave
Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones.
And Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, The Pimp Chronicles. Yeah.
So when you said Cat Williams, so you would take Cat Williams over Eddie Murphy, Delirious, or Martin Lawrence, Run Tell That. You would take that over that?
Oh yeah, absolutely would. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I would.
I think that Pimp Chronicles was something incredible, bro. Big Roll said his top 5 is Dave, Eddie, Chris Rock, Richard, and Red Fox. Nightline said Damon Wayans is dope.
Yeah, he's good.
So who else wants to offer their top 5 comedy specials?
I don't think I have a top 5.
No?
I don't think I have a top 5. I got people that I like. So I got people that I like, and I try like to make myself as diverse as possible. So I do have people that I think are funny. But to me, like Martin, Eddie, Red Fox and Richard Pryor, they all have the same kind of delivery, the same kind of storytelling, which I kind of feel like makes them all very relatable as a comedic. I would like to see some variety in you guys' picks. Like you all guys are picking the same people.
Because you like what you like. You choose to be diverse. Everybody don't choose to be diverse. You like what you like.
But
I mean,
I get it.
if see, I think OG right in the sense that you like what you like, but we talking about like top 5 for me. That's my top 5 specials. Now, Bill Burr, I believe, is incredible on stage. I think he's really funny.
I listened to one of his before.
Yeah.
Shit, Bill Maher is funny.
I'm not a fan of. I like his show, but I've never seen his stand up. I think Joe Rogan is funny.
He grew on me. Now Joe Rogan grew on me because at first I wasn't a fan.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan.
Who else? Speaking from a very diverse point. Who? Patrice O'Neal. Yeah, but that's in the same
vein.
vein.
All the time.
That's in the same.
Him all the time.
It was a guy out of New York from Brooklyn. His name was Rashid. I thought he was hilarious. He passed away. I'm trying to. Joe Coy, I think, is funny. John Panette, I think, is funny.
Now I like him. I like John Panette.
Ralphie May, I think, is another funny one. He passed away as well. Rest in peace to him. Yeah. Yep. Robin Williams, historically, to me, was funny. I think some people. Chris Rock is funny.
Do you like Capone?
I think Capone is one of the gangsters. Is a goat, bro. Like he funny as hell.
Who's that?
He's another guy out of New York. I just saw him at the Met. He was there with
Michael Collier is funny.
Old school Michael Collier. Yeah, he funny.
I couldn't get into him too much. I didn't understand what all the yelling was about with him.
But yeah, like I have a diverse palette when it comes to like stand-up comedians. I think some people are just, I think for me, the way comedy works is the more it resonates with me personally, the harder I'm gonna laugh. I also like those cerebral. Here's the thing, like now I'm getting more into the cerebral comics, whereas though before, because it's so hard to get comics right now who really can say what they really want to say, who can be vulgar, who can give it to you raw, because it's just, we live in a time where you can be canceled and you can lose your livelihood for saying whatever it is that you want to say. So comics are turning more into cerebral comics, making you think more about the joke and the punchline as opposed to just being in your face, giving the social commentary that they feel like is actually true. I guess Flight can speak more to that, but yeah, Corey Holcomb is another one that's funny, and I think Corey Holcomb is another one of those people that's just like, I think now he's one of those other people that you can't really cancel because he really don't care. He gonna say what he want to say. If you ever listen to his podcast, it is wild. It is.
Is it?
It is.
Look him up.
It is wild. Okay, I mean he actually had real fist fights on his podcast. Like the big exclusive podcast was the first podcast to have a host take a shit live on air. The big exclusive podcast also was the first podcast to catch a predator live on air. So yeah, we got some firsts around here, but I don't think we ever gonna come to. Then again, I might punch Angry OG in the head one time.
Nigga, you scared to hit the lottery.
Especially we get live in studio. All right, but that's the comedy portion. Let's jump back in to the greatest sports dynasty. I think that's a super easy one. It's got to be either the Boston Celtics
or UCLA Bruins.
or the yeah. And
What was the
all
question?
the greatest sports dynasty of all time. The greatest sports dynasty. Huh?
The greatest sports dynasty?
All the time.
You had this nigga Big Roll. Damn, he's scared to hit the lottery. It's cool. He's gonna be the first one to get punched in the side of his dome.
Chicago Bulls?
The Bulls?
No.
I can't say the Bulls because now I
mean, it was more competition, when the Bulls was playing. But the fact that Boston always won back then, like, it's crazy.
Yo, these motherfuckers
like Bill Russell got 11 rings. He got 11 rings.
Like 11. Like 11.
How many games you tell?
I guess so. You 90 feet tall. All he was doing was just jumping over top of everybody.
I think that's the worst argument in history because he played in the era with Wilt Chamberlain.
With Wilt Chamberlain.
Like, so
Wilt Chamberlain didn't win that much.
Exactly. So why didn't Wilt win 11?
Wilt won what? Once, twice?
One.
Yeah, he won one time.
Why Wilt ain't won 11?
He was always the biggest, most athletic. They changed the rules because of Wilt Chamberlain.
Exactly. 3-second rule came into effect.
He couldn't dunk. They wouldn't let him dunk.
So
and you used to goaltend, but when he played it, you couldn't. That's when the goaltending came. You couldn't do it no more.
Exactly.
But then UCLA won what, like 80-something straight games?
Like, yeah, I don't know how you. Now, I mean, I understand the Bulls' argument because Jordan is arguably the best basketball player ever. But because people argument about Jordan is always the same. Like, he won, he's 6 for 6. You know what I mean? He's 6-0 when it comes to the finals. But the problem I have with that is motherfuckers.
How many times he didn't make it though?
Jordan never lost in the playoffs. Like, he
lost in the first round.
Like, for like 3 straight years.
Yeah.
Like,
he played like 14, 15 years. So they act like he never lost before because he's 6 for 6.
He said, Wilt, the all-time Yams.
Wilt said he hit 20,000 Jones, man.
So look, with that being said, I want to bring our guest in, man, because he's been waiting patiently. But like I said, I like to give my brother, his flowers while he here. So I want y'all to take a look at this right quick. And on the other side, we're going to bring in our special guest.
This my shit. Hey, here we go. Come on. Been a lot of shit just to live this here. What? Alright, this next song, man. I don't know what to say. Met him 4 or 5 years now. This guy is a beast. For all you that don't know him, you are in for a treat. He is one of Philly's funniest motherfuckers. I want you to give it loud and proud, Philly, for my man, Top Flight. Some of y'all sitting next to dinner right now. Ladies, matter of fact, y'all can use that shit. Next time you get in an argument with him, sis, don't be like, Tyrone, get your little dick ass out of here, because he gonna want to punch you in the fucking face. Say some shit to fuck his head up, but like, Tyrone, you don't get your little ass out of here. He ain't gonna know what the fuck you talking about. That shit's so clever, you can put that shit on Facebook. That nigga wouldn't even know. Hashtag out with this His dumb ass gonna like it. She out with it. No, it's you, nigga. Right. I gotta get ready to go.
This is your captain. Good afternoon. This is your captain speaking.
Shout out to our guy Top Flight, man. That was a
Yo,
great night.
you know what's crazy, man? Is
Da-da, da-da,
I'm
da-da.
gonna start a screenshot. Yo, I just did a show in Hattiesburg. Literally, at the last 4 shows I did, I've had over 300 das in my inbox. Like, yo, that joke. Every time I hear it, it's like, damn, you was on to something. And it's crazy because I wasn't going to use it or do it, but it's just dope to see something come to life the way it's coming to life. That's crazy every time I hear it. And then when I go out of the city,
You got random
You
people
can say
hitting
the
you with
state. You can say the state. You can say the
the
state.
state.
you got
But
random
that's the
people
show.
hitting
That's
you
the show that
with
main man gave my table away, right?
Oh
Huh?
God, here you go. Yeah, that's that show.
Shout
He
out to
gave you
Summertime.
table.
She said UConn's women's basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
dynasty. Mm-hmm.
For sure. But with that being said, man, let's bring in our special guest. I'm going to bring him in to talk about his business, and he has a great business opportunity for the listeners of the Big Exclusive Podcast. He is the owner of Nature's Technology. We have Dylan Lovelace. Dylan, what's happening, man?
Peace. What's going on, everybody? Yo, I like what you got going on here. This is hilarious. I'm loving it.
Oh, man, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support.
Wait
First
a
and
minute.
foremost.
Hold on.
Okay.
Why he look like my dad or my brother or something? Let me find out. Let me call my grandfather.
Yo,
Oh
Philly,
yeah.
We got
Philly's
both light
my
skin.
second home, so
Oh man, he looks like a brother. Why you look like my daddy? Wait a minute. You know what? Let me get off of here. I'm gonna screenshot this and send this to my father. He got some explaining to do. That's
yeah,
scary.
maybe.
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. He looked like a brother. That's funny. I was looking like the fuck.
Yo, Flight, Angry OG said you caught a flight to Shelton.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, listen. Don't give me no ideas because I will. Look.
So, Dylan, what is Nature's Technology?
All right. So again, thanks for having me. So Nature's Technology is a hip hop skincare brand that we created during the pandemic. I've been making shea butters and stuff for years. However, when the pandemic hit and I came off tour, I was pretty much compelled to start selling my shea butter. But as I was selling it, I noticed a lot of people were doing it. So me, with the mind that I got, I said, instead of me trying to compete with everybody, let me try to supply them. So I bought a pallet of shea butter, I bought a pallet of black soap, and literally sold out of it in like 3 weeks. I flipped $8,000 to like 14 grand. And then it was on from there. I went and got the .com, lovenature'stechnology.com. And every little amount of profit that I made, I reinvested into essential oils, fragrance oils, all different kinds of butters. Instead of just shea butter, mango butter, we got cocoa butter, we got cocoa butter, we got CBD. So pretty much we are a wholesaler of all natural commodities, but we also make our own products too as well.
Okay, so let me ask you another question. You just said you was on when you came back off tour. What were you doing before you started Nature's Technology?
Okay, so I was 20 years in the stage production game. I did lights. Well, even before that, you know, I'm a DJ by trade. I left DJing because I had to get a job that really paid me well. So I went down with a lighting company. I traveled all New York City and Philadelphia doing different theaters and things like that. Then eventually I got a chance to tour with Jay-Z back in like 2007. Did Summer Jam, came across Jay-Z's production manager, ended up becoming a carpenter on that tour, the Blueprint tour. First it was a radio tour, then it was the Blueprint tour, and that's kind of kicked off my career back in 2007. But it took me a few years to get to that point. But when the pandemic happened, I was actually coming off tour with Tyler Perry on Medea's Last Play tour. So I got a chance to be a part of that whole production too. But I've toured with all kinds of people, man. Jay-Z, Beyonce, T-Pain, Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift. I've toured with tons of people.
Okay, so now back to Nature's Technology.
Yeah.
What all does it? Is it just shea butter you have to offer at a wholesale?
No. So it started with shea butter. So the one thing that I realized during the pandemic, I live up in the Poconos, and up here it's like Trump land. You know what I mean? And I noticed that during the pandemic, when there was no toilet paper, it's a large, Black population up here, Latino population, but we were kind of spread out, and there was no real community up here of us. We're out here, but we're just not connected. And when everything was off of the shelves, I was like, man, like we couldn't even get children's Tylenol. Like I got kids. I was like, yo, I can't even find children's Tylenol if my kids get sick. So, my idea is to figure out a way to create our own supply chain. And I knew one thing about shea butter is you can make a million different things from it. You could cook with shea butter. So I was like, okay, we need to get into commodities, because if the money system collapsed, my wife was like, really, nigga, you gonna spend $8,000 on shea butter and black soap right now? Like, for real? And I was like, yeah, because the way I look at it is if there's no, the money system collapse, we got commodities, we could trade and make things out of this stuff. So, and my intuition was right. My gut was like, I pretty much, everybody started making their own body butters and things like that. And we're at a time and point in history where the pandemic forced us to find ways to hustle. And I always said, man, if 2020 didn't bring out the hustler in you, it ain't in you, But we ended up flipping from shea butter to black soap. We parlayed that into fragrance oils. So we're a wholesaler of fragrance oils. Same thing you would get in Philly or New York City. We wholesale them by the can like this. And we also sell the 1 pounder that you see behind me, 16 ounces. The 16 ounce oils sell for anywhere from $27 to $30, and you can flip these. We sell these rollerball bottles. We sell these for $144 for like $27. So literally one of these 16 ounce bottles back here makes 48 of these. You spend $27 to $30 on a bottle of oil. It can flip into $240 if you break them down to these. So literally a $200 investment in oils can bring you back $1,200. Which is a good investment. You can put $1,200 in the bank and you're not going to get back $1,200 within a year. So it's a great way to earn passive income. And we also have CBD oil that you can mix in with your shea butter. So this is like one of our product here. We sell the raw shea. We put our body butter recipe on the back, and kind of like pancake mix, you can create your own skincare as well, because we got Jamaican castor, we got sweet almond oil, we got rosehip oil, lavender, Jamaican castor, and regular castor. So literally, like, the world's your oyster when it comes with Nature's Technology. You can get it however you want it. You can use it for personal use. You can turn around and flip it to make money. And I want to emphasize that we are hip hop here. So we have a whole list of body butters that we sell here, like the Miss Jackson, the OPP, the Express Yourself, the Hey Lover, and they're all combinations of different body butters and essential oils and fragrances. Like the Hello Brooklyn, the fragrance in that is old school Blue Nile. You know what I mean? So people who know about these fragrances are going to be able to resonate with what we're trying to do. And if you're a hip hop head, when you walk in and you see our menu, it's like, if you know, you know. If you see the name, if I give you the name, Big Pimpin', you already know that comes from Jay-Z Big Pimpin' or Miss Jackson or the OPP. So this is a skincare brand for us, by us, but we're also a wholesaler because we're trying to pretty much create our own supply chain. And we buy direct from Africa too. So we buy from Gambia and we buy from Ghana. So we are a Black network of people and entrepreneurs all dedicated to serving our community.
So full disclosure, that's where this is the guy I purchased my wholesale shea butter from. Great guy. And you have a business opportunity for the listeners. Real quick, Big Rose said white people don't use shea butter; they use real butter on their skin. Scott, hand me that parquet.
That might be true.
Rama
Big
has a
Pure.
question. Do you have pure essential oils?
Yeah, absolutely. So everything we sell, and I try to focus on getting from the source, which is a difficult task. So all of our essential oils that we carry on our website are what are considered therapeutic grade, which means they are 100% pure, distilled from the plant, which is a process. It's not just like you squeeze it and it comes out. It's a distilled process that goes on. Our whole motto or our mantra actually stemmed from a KRS-One video shoot that I happened to be a part of back in like 2015, and he had a song called Drugs One, W-O-N, Drugs One. And the song was about how in LA, you know, weed is legal, and then in New York City and Philadelphia, brothers is getting locked up, losing their license, getting jammed up. So the whole song was to combat the war on drugs, but KRS says they declared a war on drugs, but drugs won. And in that song, the lyrics went, switch the philosophy, think of the economy, plants, herbs, and roots are nature's technology. So that always stuck with me afterwards. So I didn't start nature technology until 2020. Yeah, KRS-One is the truth. I mean, I still listen to all his albums. He got new albums to this day. That's crazy. But you just won't hear it because it's not on the radio. But so when that always stuck with me, that plants are nature's technology. That was in 2015. In 2020 is when I actually decided, like, okay, I got to do this for real. I got the .com. I sent away for the trademark. We make butters here. We got a body butter bar. I got the mixers and stuff back here. We got 3 mixers. We got magic bullets. I pretty much I'm patent pending on the process of like, if anyone tries to make a body butter on the spot, we have the patent on it. We have the patent pending on it. I'm still waiting for that to be finalized. And, you know, the whole concept came from this KRS-One hip hop song, you know, Drugs One. And so to answer that question, do we carry 100% pure essential oils? Yes, everything we have is plant derived, comes from a source. Even our sage comes from the largest wild sage growing field in the United States, from an indigenous group down in Southwest United States on the border of Mexico and Cali. So yes, we do have 100% pure essential oils.
So what's the business proposition you have, or the business opportunity you have for the listeners today?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a proposition. My goal isn't to try to sell people, right? My goal is to team up with other entrepreneurs, other hustlers, people that got hustle. You know, as you know, in our community, we got a lot of talent. You know what I mean? People that know how to get it going. We're go-getters, you know. Now, in my opinion, drug dealers and hustlers is 2 different things, right? But I had a homie of mine when I first started this about a little over a year ago. He was just getting out of a county jail. He did a little bit of time for some minor weed offense stuff, and he got out. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm going to buy some weed again." I was like, "No, you're not. You're going to take that $300-400 and you're going to buy a case of shea butter, and you're going to buy some black soap, and I'm going to get you some oils." And I also sell the containers. I also have a restaurant supply business, so I sell all these containers too as well. I was like, "I'm going to give you some containers. You're going to package up this shea just like weed, but you're going to have repeat customers just like weed, but you're going to have something you ain't got to look over your shoulder, and then you can still smoke your weed on the side, but you ain't got to worry about selling nothing other than the shea butter." Well, a year later, he has a brand called LeRae Shea. His name is Ronell LeRae. He has LeRae Shea brand. Him and his wife run it. He has the website, LeRaeShea.com, and he buys 40 to 60 cases at any one time, every 2 to 3 months from us. And he also buys oils. He buys sea moss. We have sea moss. We wholesale sea moss, CBD, and he's doing his thing. He went so far as he tells me all the time. He's like, "Dollar, man, you saved my life," because he was like, "I'd probably still just be nickel and diming weed." He bought a truck, a shea butter truck. So I don't know if you know the old dollar trucks, the old dollar vans that you get in New York City. I don't know if they got them in Philly, but they're like shuttle buses. He bought one of those shuttle buses. He's getting it piped out right now. He's going to go around the country selling shea butter. He spent $5,000 on that. So, and he literally had about 15 grand stacked from him wholesaling the shea butter. Now, he did take a lot of my advice. You know, my advice is always sell it. Don't sit on it. You know what I mean? Move it, because we got the connect. You know what I mean? We got endless amounts of shea butter that can come in. So if you may even make $5 on a case or $2 on a case, just move it and get people out there. Go, like, get the business going, because this is $1 billion industry that our community, everyone in our community, can not just eat off of, but we can build .coms, supply our communities, hire our children, and let them carry on the legacy.
Okay, so you have a deal on the site for any entrepreneur ready to get started in the shea butter
Absolutely.
skincare
Now,
line.
first of all, if anybody is interested, you can reach me at any social media platform, right? You can reach me. First of all, I'm Dylan Lovelace. You can reach me at Dylan Lovelace 1 on Instagram, but it's also Nature's Technology 1 on Instagram, or Nature's Technology 1, because we're the first. Nature's Technology 1 on TikTok. We're Nature's Technol on Twitter. And Facebook, you can just catch us at Nature's Technology, excuse me. And we do have a small business bundle, which is a case of shea, a case of black soap, 24 fragrance oils, some containers, and that pretty much gets you off to the races. It's like a $250 investment. Depending on where you are in the country, it's like an extra $50 for shipping. But that $300 can flip to around $700. Now, that's just to get started. That's if you just sell everything as is. Not if you... Now, the one thing that I love about shea butter is that this is its raw form. And a lot of people think when they see the bricks of it, they're like, yo, man, look like you cutting up rocks. And I said, it kind of is that, because shea butter is just like the game. Let me see, how am I turning that? Yeah, like that. Just like the game, you can add air to this and create volume. So 16 ounces can actually turn to 32 ounces volume-wise. And what we also do is we take these butters, and we have many of them. We have mango, we have apple, we have pink sugar, we have literally like 15 different fragrances on our website. These right here, technically weight-wise, and I'm giving away the game. I'm giving the secrets out, because our goal isn't to, like I said, our goal is to find entrepreneurs and build with y'all. We want y'all to do well and make money. So this right here, weight-wise, is only 2.5, but it's 8 ounces fluid. So you can take a case of shea butter, which looks like this. It's 25 pounds. And this is 400 ounces, right? 25 pounds works out to 400 ounces. You can turn this 800 ounces fluid. So that right there in itself, you taking a $75 investment, because we do those cases for $75. You can turn around and make it 800 ounces fluid, and right then and there is just like the game. You're stretching your product, and actually, I like to think of it as you're creating more value for your customer, because you're creating more volume. I try not to look at it as like cutting it. I don't really like to use that word, because cutting makes it seem like it's a lesser quality. I like to say we're pretty much creating volume and giving value to the customer. Which means they get more product. That's why we can afford to sell things at a lower cost and not stroke people in our community, but rather give them a great deal, so that way they return over and over and over again. Also, to finalize and answer your question, and pardon me, man, you got to cut me off sometimes, because I could talk about this all day.
Nah, you good, man.
Yeah. The one thing about shea butter too is that you can. It's not just butters. You can make beard balms, skincare. I have one guy that he makes a paint lacquer out of it. So there's a ton of industrial applications too as well. There's just so many different things you can do. So you don't only have to use that small business bundle that's on the website. I can customize any plan for you. Meaning, like, we also do half-pound bottles, and these half-pound bottles we do for roughly $17 to $19. These make up 24 of these. So I can customize a package for you depending on what you want to sell. Like, let's say if you want to sell oils, well, we could do a small business bundle for $200. We get you some bottles, we get you some oils, and we can start like that. I have another young lady that's in, she has Phoenix, a company called Phoenix, Freedom Phoenix, I think it's called. It's a store down in Nashville. And she just started selling oils. Well, she bought 1 ounce bottles of oils from me, but she bought all 200 fragrances. Now, when you do that, you get a wholesale price. What she's doing is starting her oils off like this, because 1 ounce gets you 3 of these. So if we do the 1 ounces when you buy them wholesale for $4. So she bought 200 of these, and she's going to break them down to sell them like this. So now she has a large variety of oil, and she can pretty much flip from 1 ounce. And as she sells these for $5 to $7, she can turn around and then buy the bigger bottles as she knows what starts to sell. That's another way to do it. But I normally recommend people get 10 different fragrances and flip them like that. Also, another business bundle I do at a lot of beauty supply stores, we wholesale our butters for $2.50. We wholesale these at $2.50. So we sell them for $5, wholesale them for $2.50. That's a way right there. Boom, you can get your business started. You get some oils, you get some butters, and then boom, you start flipping like that. Again, our goal isn't necessarily to make a bunch of money off one product. Our goal is to create a network throughout every one of our communities in the United States, so that way we can supply our communities. So the next time the stores is overloaded with product, we still have a supply chain that's running, and our community in the hood is good.
Man, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate the education. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been in the shea butter game for a second now. You are the guy. I get my shea butter, mango butter, any
Yeah, and I
essential
love
oils.
everything you're doing, man. And pardon, like, if I'm not, I don't got no jokes or anything, so I'm probably not as entertaining as your
No, you good,
parts
bro.
here. But I'm just like so drilled and so focused. Like right now, I'm in my shop. I started off in my home. Then I went
Man,
to
congratulations
like a little
on the
office
brick and
space.
mortar, man.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? But my goal, I tell people, is running a store is a whole nother thing. Hustling is one thing, right? Hustling is one thing, and that's what I am. You know what I mean? But having a store is a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother business in itself. So I say don't congratulate me yet. Once I get to a point where we could start paying some people, and once I get to a point that we could, start cutting some checks and start opening up some more stores, then I think the congratulations will be warranted. Right now, we still got a lot of work to do. I'm trying to help you get your brand up and rolling. You know what I mean? And I tell people, you don't have to buy from me. Just buy from anybody that's selling shea butter. You know what I mean? Anybody that's selling, oils, make sure you get with them. You know what I'm saying?
I think the reason that I like to buy from you, first and foremost, you're a great guy, but secondly, that direct link to Africa and being able to help stimulate that economy in Ghana and Gambia was always a plus for me. Like, I love the fact that I know exactly where the raw material is being sourced from, and I can effectively, support the motherland that way. As well as you.
And the other thing is this. I've been talking with my supplier. He's the son. Now the father has been doing shea butter for 30 plus years, right? I deal with the son now, right? The son has kind of taken over this end. Dad is old now. And so he's the up and coming. And I keep telling him, like, how many other shea butter suppliers are like you? And the one thing he tells me is like, he's like, there's like 3 or 4 of us. And I say, well, how come y'all ain't combined y'all forces to get a warehouse? And so y'all could start hiring other Africans that are just getting out of college and other Black people in the community. And how come we're not looking up to Africans like we're doing to the Indians and the Chinese, who all have buildings and warehouses that supply their people with jobs and benefits and all that stuff. And the one thing he says is, man, Africans can't work together. And I said, well, yo, man, that's up for you to change that. We can't keep having this mentality where we keep thinking we can't do it because, like, Let's stop thinking of the way. Let's stop worrying about the reasons why we can't. Let's try to figure out why we can't. Like, in my opinion, that's just unacceptable. So I pitched to him the other day. I was like, yo, I would bring you in as a partner. He's my supplier. I said, start bringing me customers and I'll cut you in on Nature's Technology as a business overhaul. And we'll start selling shea butter on a website. This guy does millions of dollars in sales of shea butter. He doesn't need a website. But I'm like, why don't you have one? Like, you know what I mean? Why are you still selling shea butter out of a container and don't have trucks? Like, in my opinion, his money isn't being invested correctly. And he invests literally millions of dollars, him and his pops. They invest millions of dollars back in Africa, which he wants to do. But I tell him he has to invest money here too as well, you know. He has to invest in his infrastructure over here, trucks, and the same thing over there. Buying off politicians, making sure you get roads built, because to get this shea butter, it's not easy, bro. Like, they got to go from one village to get the nuts, and then they got to load up a full truck of nuts and then take it to another village, which is like a 5-hour drive where the women actually make it. Then they take that made shea butter and take it to the city where it's packaged. It's like a crazy, like, to be honest, we pay them, but they should be able to yield more product than they're actually yielding. It's just they don't got the resources over there, you know? So
I got to give Big Roll a shout out on his latest comment, because I think he hit the nail on the head. He said it's one thing to make moves and get a bag, but brother sound like he want to see everybody come up, not just him. That's dope. And that's exactly right, Roll. That's why once I started doing business with him, I haven't stopped doing business with him, because not only is he, you know, giving me great deals and great prices, but he also put me up on a lot of game. So I appreciate you coming through, putting our listeners up on game, and I hope you guys take advantage of the bunch. You want to stick around for the rest of the show? We got some interesting topics.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
So we're gonna stick around.
Yeah, I need to talk to him after the show, man.
Huh?
I need to talk to him after the show.
Oh, come on, that's easy, bro. I'll make sure you guys connect and link up. Angry OG, you'll see us clash on the show, you know what I mean? But make no mistake about it, that's my brother. You know what I mean? Like, I literally talk to this man every day. But you know, he wrong a lot of the times, and I just be having to straighten it. Ain't nothing but a little straightening on the podcast sometimes. That's all.
I'm gonna let you go on your little tangent and let you have that. Because I'm almost never wrong.
Almost never wrong?
I'm almost never wrong.
Hey, listen. We're gonna have to go to the listeners on this.
Then you talking about punching me. I ain't met nobody that can beat me yet, neither.
Neither have I. You know, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? I don't know. You going down. Hey, what was wasn't that Rocky when they both punched each other and hit the canvas at the same time?
I hit hard in the parole board, man.
Shit. What's my man? Clay Davis? Big Rose said Angry OG come out to his own. Oh, Angry OG trying to come out with his own product called OG Butter. Smell grown, second fragrance. Hawk spit butter laughing. Yo, I can't. Take a look at this. On the other side, we will be back with the rest of our topics. This is the TikTok video of the week, which leads me into my next topic. So take a look at this and we'll be right back.
People and their unseasoned food isn't just a meme, it's a historical fact. In the Middle Ages, spices in Europe were rare and expensive, so having well-seasoned food was a display of wealth and success. Cardamom, ginger, clove, and saffron could all be found on the estates of the wealthy. But by the 17th century, spices were affordable, and even the poor were able to afford well-seasoned food. Since the poor were able to afford spices, they were no longer a status symbol. So what were the European elite going to do? Well, they stopped seasoning their food. But why? Well, the wealthy landowners said that their food was so good that it didn't need any seasoning. That it was so well grown and so well cooked that you should just taste the food, not seasoning. So the next time your Uncle Jimmy says that you don't need to season your steak, tell him that he only thinks that because some wealthy Europeans wanted to feel special.
Yeah, if I can get that overlay, that would be great. So, white people and they unseasoned food, it is not just it's not just something that they do. Now, on the list of topics, right? I had this as a topic: the 10 whitest foods ever, right? The 10 whitest foods ever. Now,
String bean
flight, you gonna
Flight,
have
no. Flight
flight.
will give us the top 5.
Anything with potatoes in it, like potatoes.
String bean casserole.
Listen,
Macaroni salad
with raisins.
with raisins.
Yo,
Macaroni and cheese with 1 cheese.
listen, listen. I came up with a top 10 list, right? And I want to run through this list. Please be sure if you have one, if you're locked in on Facebook, please share. This shit gonna be fun. I promise you. All right. The chat is already lit up. The comments are coming in fast and furious. Okay. So I'm gonna go through the top 10 that I wrote down, right? Now, please, by all means, continue to share your the top 10 whitest foods that you know of. I'm seeing a lot that I already have on my list. Shout out to Rima. I can't wait to post that comment. But I'm gonna go through the list and y'all tell me if you know I'm right or if I'm wrong or if I'm headed in the right direction. All right, y'all ready? The top 10 whitest foods ever. Okay? Ever. Number 10, arugula. Arugula is it tastes like peppery dirt. I fucking hate
That's
arugula.
collard greens.
I hate arugula. I hate arugula.
Collard
I hate
greens.
arugula. Number 9. This is new to the fray. But goddamn avocado toast, that is a thing, and I think it's the most pointless thing ever invented. I actually had one that was okay though, but avocado toast is like that's number 9 on my whitest foods ever. Number 8, any fucking casserole. Any fucking if it's a casserole, it's some white shit. Okay. Now again, please understand the disclaimer. It's not me. I don't have a thing against white people. Okay, I have, you know, it's
You got
okay.
white friends.
I do have white friends, but I do it. Only white people I have a problem with are the ones that have a problem with me because of my skin color. All the other white people is cool with me. Okay. But this is the top 10 foods. Number 10 is arugula. I fucking hate arugula. Number 9, avocado toast. Number 8, casseroles. Number 7, potato salad or any other salad that got fucking raisins in it. That is not a thing. I don't know where the fuck they got that from. It is the worst, okay? Ambrosia salad. For everybody who don't know what ambrosia salad is, it's like a white marshmallow cream substance with fruit and whipped cream and jello. Is disgusting. It
It's like
looks
eat
disgusting.
that fruit cake on Christmas time.
I eat a fruit cake before I eat ambrosia salad, okay? Fuck ambrosia salad, all right? Number 5, tartar. If you don't know what tartar is like beef chopped up, then a raw egg added to it. Yeah, tartar. I'm gonna pass on that. Number 4, pumpkin spice or pumpkin any fucking thing is some white people shit. I am not down with it. I don't like pumpkin seeds. I don't like pumpkin fucking pie.
I'll fuck some pumpkin seeds up.
Yeah, okay, cool. Good for you, bro. I'm not fucking with no pumpkin anything. This time of year is fall. They're coming out with pumpkin spice every fucking thing, and it's annoying as hell. And they got to add pumpkin flavor to the pumpkin spice. All right, I'm not with it. Number 3, fucking rhubarb. Rhubarb pie. Rhubarb looks like a red fucking celery that's like bitter and sharp taste. It is gross. Okay, I don't fuck with it. Macaroni and no cheese. White people do macaroni and cheese, and for some reason it be
They
one
forget to put the
cheese,
cheese in it.
and that cheese, like, you know what they do? They might use like a sharp and then put cream cheese with sharp and then call it macaroni and cheese. That ain't it. White people, please stop it. Number one, anybody want to guess the top of the hill? The number one whitest food ever?
Jello.
Fucking apple pie. Apple fucking pie.
Yeah,
Man, apple pie is delicious.
Yeah, but it's some white apple pie, some white
It's
people
not-
shit.
That's not white only pie.
Like, that's some.
I would say
I just had some
spaghetti.
apple pie ice cream last night.
spaghetti.
I would say white
Okay.
people got this thing where there's spaghetti and sauce is not supposed to touch.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta run through some of these comments. They coming in fast and furious. Please keep them coming. I'm gonna put them on the screen quick. I'm gonna run through them real fast. Jabera said potato salad with raisins. Big Rose said kelp spritzers. I don't even know what that is. Tiffany, tuna casserole. Rama said anything white and creamy. Big Roll back at it. Potato salad with grapes and Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip should have been on the list too. I don't know. Anybody
Yo,
on the panel
I used
like
to eat that
Miracle
on my
Whip?
sandwiches, on my lunch meat sandwiches.
Yo,
I used to
always
use Miracle Whip.
it freaked me out because the shit was sweet on the sandwich. I couldn't never get with it. I never liked it.
That goes good with
Jabera
only meat
said,
and cheese.
Jabera said macaroni salad with mayo and carrots. Big Rose said Diet Pepsi, box of wine. Summer said Kraft, box macaroni and cheese. Melanie Scott said German potato salad. The fuck? Oh, that's the mustard. That's what the red. Yeah. Jabera came back and said anything with no seasoning.
But they potato salad be having big ass like chunks of potatoes. They don't even dice them up small. Like they be big ass chunks of potatoes.
Jabera said hummus. I actually like hummus, but hummus that's a yeah, but that's Indian
Mediterranean,
thing, right? Mediterranean,
that's
yeah,
Mediterranean. Yeah, that's
Tiffany said no, avocado toast be popping. Melanie Scott
Avocado
said
toast.
avocado toast is delicious. Oh
Avocados
my
come
God,
from-
I love number 10 and number 9. Andrea says she loved number 10 and number 9.
That means she's white. She's
Arugula
white.
and avocado toast. All right.
She's white.
Yo,
Crystal Smith
avocados
said
come
she
from
loved
the Caribbean. Avocados
avocado
come from the
toast.
Caribbean.
Yeah, well, like I said, I had one avocado toast I thought was okay, but
Yeah, that's a
you know.
Caribbean thing. Avocados, that's all Caribbean.
Yeah, but white people turned it into avocado toast. That ain't Caribbean. Tiffany Ann said tapioca pudding. Who in the fuck eats tapioca? Why? Yo,
The same people that eat rice pudding.
I worked at the hospital for 9 years. And it's every time I went to the cafeteria, tapioca pudding was fucking there. I've never, ever in 9 years seen anybody grab a tapioca pudding. That is the worst.
Yo, you know what else?
Jabera said they just can't cook. Big Rose said
beans?
oatmeal. What is it?
Heard of beans for breakfast? White people eat beans for breakfast. I don't know if you ever heard of
That's a United
baked
Kingdom
beans
thing.
for breakfast.
They
Well,
eat
yeah,
baked
white people.
beans and toast
white
and vine tomatoes that they saw.
And blood
I seen
pudding.
Gordon Ramsay do the shit one day.
Yeah, blood pudding.
Jabera said rice pudding. Tiffany Ann came with the ambrosia salad is disgusting. Big Rose says steak medium rare. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree. I love my steak medium. I used to eat my steak coming up
He's
like
a vampire.
well done. I can't eat it like that no more. Tartar, I said that one. Summer said liverwurst. Facts. Liverwurst. That's definitely old. Like my mom used to eat liverwurst on saltine crackers with mustard and onions.
And she used to eat hog head cheese.
Hog head cheese. Souse meat.
Souse meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. It's like all the leftover pork head products. They call it head cheese too.
Hog head cheese.
Hog head cheese. That's it. They take all the leftover stuff from the skull of the pig and they like
And it's
boil it
like
from a long time.
gelatin, like
And it's like in a
the
jelly.
substance is crazy. Like,
yeah, and they slice that shit on the slicer. It's the grossest shit ever. Yams with marshmallows. That's
and
right.
you can eat fatback.
I used to eat fatback. Exactly. Why would I lie? Why would I lie about that? I grew up down the bottom in the 80s. I was born in 19, and we had it. No, it wasn't called fatback. It was called city dress salt pork.
City dress
city dress salt pork. That's what it was. Jabera said tofu. That's an Asian thing. Melanie
Tofu.
Scott said pumpkin pie. We got Rima hollering. Jabera said me either, no pumpkin. Tiffany said no, pumpkin spice latte is everything. Yeah, you've been around them white people too long, Tiff. Mel said that's the only way she eats steak. I agree. Butt naked hot wings. Roll, you're gonna have to explain that. Jabera said bloody meat. Dante, our producer, said apple pie is at every white holiday gathering for real.
Well, I had a white holiday gathering here last night.
Jabera said Miracle Whip is nasty. Mayo is not supposed to be sweet. Rock on, sister. And they love White Claw beverages. Andrea said, I am not white. Tapioca be at the Jewish deli, says Crystal. Don said tapioca is like the post-surgery meal they give you all the damn time. I've never eaten it. Big Roll said oysters. I am a fan of oysters.
That's disgusting.
Said sauce meat is disgusting, nasty, exotic cheese, butt naked hot wings with no sauce on. With the sauce on the side. That's just silly. Yo,
I'm about to say I eat my wings like that. I don't like all that sauce and shit. I'm a dipper, goddammit. I want to dip my shit.
You say you're dipper. I'm gonna run through the list one more time. If you guys want to add more, I'm gonna just run through the list again, and then we gonna move on. Top 10 whitest foods ever: arugula, avocado toast, casseroles, potato, or any salad with raisins, ambrosia salad, tartare, pumpkin or pumpkin spice, anything, rhubarb, macaroni, and little to no cheese, and American apple pie. How much turn that white only pie to a nigga pie? Right? White people eat hot wings with a fork, shaking my head. That's funny. That is funny. But with that being said, I think this next topic, man, is going to be some fun as well, because we've all had that one job that we really fucking hated, right? And I want to talk about the very worst job you ever had. She said they eat pizza with a fork too. What is the worst job you ever had? Now, for our folks that are in the comment section, or if you locked into the show right now, if you're on YouTube, drop a comment. Let us know what the worst job you ever had is. If you're on the Facebook, drop your comment, the worst job you ever had. And if you listen to the audio that's been released worldwide, make sure you add a comment to the stream as you're listening and leave a review. But the very worst job you ever had, start dropping them in the comments right now while we talk to Dylan Lovelace first. What's the worst job you ever had, bro?
Man, I could probably name a few, but I'm a worker by nature, so I guess I'd have to say I tried a roofing job one summer, and they bring in the pallets of the roof shingles, and the other 3 white guys that was there with me decided to pretty much let me do all the heavy lifting. I finished it, but as soon as I put up everything on the roof, I walked the hell off. And he came down the road like, yo, where you going? I was like, nah, man, I'm good. Bye. He tried to give me a ride. Like, nah, bro, go ahead. Get out. I was in the middle of bumblefuck too. I just started walking. Like, leave me alone, bro. Go ahead. He came down the road like, hey, come on, let me give you a ride, at least to where you need to go. I was like, Leave me alone, man. Because I was hot. I was shit. Yeah.
Comedian, top flight. What's the worst job you ever had?
Selling drugs for 3 days.
How many
Yeah,
days?
listen, I can't make this up. I swear to God on everything. I sold drugs for 3 days.
And what happened?
My grandma found it and she threatened my life and was like, listen, one of two things gonna happen. Either you gonna get killed out here or I'm gonna kill you. I was like, excuse me, Mr. Drug Dealer, sir, here go your stuff back.
Grand opening, grand closing.
I quit.
Yeah.
I quit.
Nigga said
No, listen, right?
he was a drug dealer for 3 days.
It was bad because I was
He gotta
scary.
be
Like,
the worst hustler in history.
call it what you want. It saved my life. Look, this how bad it was. I wouldn't even sell to my cousin, and I knew she was a crackhead. I just knew I thought she was setting me up. Like, I ain't gonna say her name, but I was like, get the hell from away from me. You out here trying to set me up. You trying to get me in trouble. I couldn't do it. She was like, I'm gonna tell your grandmother. I was like, here, take this too, and leave me.
That's funny.
That was my worst job, man. I literally sold drugs for 3 days and quit. I was like, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. Sorry. You all right over there, man? What? That's my story. That was
He
the
was
worst job.
He was like 2 packs of core. He had 2 packs and like, fuck that, that's it.
He was 2-pack Shakur. you end up owing, huh?
I told him he had to pay me. The thing what it was is who my boss was my best friend. He locked up now, but he's like, hey man, take this little
Grandma
pack
saved your life.
yes,
I needed that, man. I really needed that.
yeah.
I really needed that.
So she found the stuff and she was like, one or two things.
That was
Either
it,
they you gonna be killed out there or I'm gonna kill you. I went and took him his stuff back, was like, man, you ain't gonna believe this.
My mama said,
OG, worst job you ever had.
I had a couple of jobs. I remember I had just got out of jail. I was in the halfway house. So they made me get a job. I'm like, yo, I'm cool. I don't need no job. So they was like, yo, you got to get a job. So they sent me to this agency or whatever. So the agency get me and this boy that was in the halfway house a job at a recycling plant in the Northeast.
Yo,
so we get up there in the morning. Huh?
By Tacony?
I don't even remember. It was like way back.
It was Newman and Company. I know exactly what you're
It
talking
was
about.
back in '95. I don't know what the name of it was.
It's
I know
Newman
we
and
got it
Company.
there. The boy gave me an apron, a pair of gloves, and some glasses. So we walking and it's like a conveyor belt system.
Yep.
So he was like, yo, you got to pick out all the plastics out the conveyor belt. That is trash.
Yep.
I said, man, I ain't doing that. So I gave his shit back and was walking off. So the boy that was with me was like, yo, they told you they gonna send you back to jail if you don't take this job. I said, man, I'd rather go back to jail and cut grass than pick through the fucking trash. Like, so I went back and I lied to the people and told them that they said they only needed the one boy that was there, that they couldn't use me. I was like, I'm not digging in no fucking trash. And I think the pay was like, man, like $5.50 an hour and shit.
Yo, it's funny you say that.
I'm like, man, I'm not digging in no trash. Fuck that.
I'm gonna tell you exactly. It was Newman and Company. They actually a paper company. You had to pick out the plastic so they can get the paper so they can recycle it to make cardboard. I
wasn't doing it.
They made the board for the board games too.
I wasn't doing it.
I'm crying because
then I had a job when I was a young boy.
Right.
Tall KV got me a job, like 17, at Denny's, and it was like the overnight shift. It was out like King of Prussia. We ain't had no car. We catch the bus out there for graveyard shift. So he was doing something else, and I think he was like bringing the stuff back, like the dishes and stuff back from the table. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna be doing. Like, fucking, I could do that. Here they give me a fucking apron Take me in the back. It was like, it's all these big ass pots and pans in there, right? Talking about you gotta wash the dishes and shit. So I'm like, man, fuck that. So I went in the bathroom. Remember, it's nighttime. I went in the bathroom and went to sleep on the toilet. Just sat there and went to sleep. So when I came out in the morning, Kev was like, yo, where you was at? They was looking for you. I was like, man, I was in the bathroom sleep. I ain't doing this shit, man. So it was time to leave. So we rolled. The nigga come to my house the next night, tell me, yo, it's time to go to work. I'm like, man, I ain't going back out there. He was like, yo, you can't quit. I said, well, I ain't doing that. Yo, it was big ass pots and pans. All kind of like, man, to pick all that shit back there. I'm like, man, I'm not doing that, man. You crazy this motherfucker. Yo, listen. So listen. My one day paid me when I finally got paid for the one day. They actually paid me for that day. Guess how much the check was for, beloved?
$40.
Like $25, man.
Hilarious.
That's what they say. Fuck that. I was on some Bronx Tale shit when the boy said the working man's a sucker. Fuck that. I wasn't doing that shit, man.
Yo, that is fucking hilarious, bro.
I'm like, I done walked off a few jobs though.
Damn.
Just got the fuck up, rolled out like, man, fuck this shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that was one of my jobs. Actually, the two worst jobs that I ever had was the exact same one you was talking about, bro. And like I said, it was called Newman and Company. It's out there in the Northeast on Tacony Street. And it was just like you said. And I was like, I lasted all of 1 week. I'm like, nah, that ain't it. And what's fucked up is my pop got me the job. And so I had to tell him like, yo, this ain't it. He said, listen, if you could do it for 6 months, they're gonna bring you on the inside and they're gonna jump you up to like
you be on French fries and shit like Calvin.
Yeah, like no, because he was a shop steward. And what he said was because he was the shop steward, if I did 6 months on the recycle side, I come in and I catch the board, they'll pay you like $25, $26 an hour. And this was like 99, 2000, something like that. And I'm like, 6 months in the trash heap? Fuck that. I can't
I wasn't doing it, man.
I'm not doing it.
I didn't even give a fuck about, they talking about the boy like, yo, they gonna send you back to jail. Like, man, fuck that. Take me back upstate before I dig in the fucking trash. Yo, I used to, them motherfuckers used to always be trying me down there. So, and I wouldn't do what they wanted me to do. I'm like, man, I ain't doing that shit. Like, you crazy. It was cold as shit when I got it. It was wintertime, right? And I couldn't go out that first weekend. So I was in the halfway house. They was like, yo, you got to get all of the shower curtains in the halfway house and take them in the back and wash them. I was like, what? So he was like, yeah, you got to take them down. I said, first of all, it's cold as shit outside. So I go back there, the fucking water hole's frozen, right? This motherfucker gonna give me a bucket and a rag, just scrub. I said, man, I ain't doing that. He said, yo, this is your duty that you got to do. I said, man, I ain't doing that. Like, fuck that. So he was like, well, we gonna tell the director name, I forgot, was Mr. Gary. So Mr. Gary, one time, Mr. Gary got tired of hearing about my shit because me not wanting to do shit that they tell me to do. Again, one time, somebody marked on the fucking pavement with crayons. So I come in to sign in so I can leave back out. The boy back there talking about, yo, something, the kid drew on the sidewalk, go out there and clean the sidewalk off. I'm like, man, I ain't doing that. Like, the fuck is you talking about? So the next day, the director wanted to see me. So he was like, yo, they tell me, you keep saying, what you ain't gonna do in here. I said, man, they be trying to get me to do dumb. Like, I think they be, they're trying to play me or whatever. The boy was like, yo, you greasy than the steak shop mop, man.
What?
He said, you ain't gonna be in here and doing what you. He said, you just think you're gonna be in here and do whatever you want to do. He was like, you on your way back to jail, son. I said, man, I'm not doing what they be telling me to do stupid shit, man. I think they just be fucking with me. And then the boy was like, you know what, man? I really like you because you fool enough to stand here and tell me that you really ain't gonna do this shit. And I'm talking about sending you back to jail. Like out of his words, he said, "Yo, man, get the fuck out of my office."
He was like, man, he cool. He ain't worth the paperwork. I ain't gonna fuck with him.
Man, I wasn't doing it, man.
But
like, you're not gonna make me do no nut shit. Like, no.
The absolute worst job I had though. So I was talking to my homie Ant, right? He was working down at the vet, the old Eagle Stadium. So him and my man Tyree Long, bro. Tyree was down there too. Cheese. Yeah, cheese. So we I said, yo, put me on. I wouldn't mind going down. So what they used to do is they used to drive the carts and fill up the concession. So they used to come on with the steak and the popcorn, shrimp, and the cheese, the roll. They used to cases of beer. They used to be lined up. Not even cases of beer. I'm sorry. It was like kegs. It was like a half keg or something like that. So I'm like, yo, put me on. I'm trying to get down. So he get me pulled in. I go down for the interview. I'm like, bet I'm gonna get to do what they do. I'm gonna drive the cart, stock up the concessions. I'm gonna put the pretzels in there, caramel popcorn, hot dogs. I'm gonna be like that shit cool. They give you all the keys to every joint. So I get down there. They like, they take me in the basement. I'm like, the fuck we doing in the basement? So they hand me this machine to strap on my fucking back. I say, yo, what I'm supposed to do with this? They like, no, you on cleaning duty. You gonna power wash the seats and all that other shit. So I'm like, all right, this gonna be sweet. Like, I'm just power washing the seats, like
all of them though.
Them motherfuckers, like the nut shit was they had Ed and Tyree drop us niggas off. So they tell us we get on the cart, we spinning, you get dizzy because you just spinning round and round to go. And if anybody familiar with the vet and the 700 level, the 700 level was the most disrespectful level. They up there fighting. Yo, when I tell you it was the grossest shit I ever seen in my life. So when you get up there, they tell you first you got to go to the end of the row and then push broom all the shit to the middle of the steps so that the other people can come get it, and then we got to power wash. I said, well, why the motherfuckers can't push their own trash and we just come do the seats? When I tell you it was shit, piss, condoms, blood, drawers, bras, panties, spit up. I'm talking about this was the nastiest shit I ever seen. Everybody fluid possible was fucking.
Yo, this was a concert? This was a concert?
This was post Eagles games, bro. This was after the fucking Eagles games, bro.
Yeah, you find everything up in them seats, man.
So I'm like, yo, they never told me wear boots or waterproof shoes and none of that shit. So my whole cigarette butts, right? Roll you right. Weed.
You needed them hayachas back then.
It's Coke bags. Them hayachas wouldn't have did it, bro. You needed some motherfucking rain boots or what they call them galoshes if you wanted to work up there. This is the nastiest shit I seen in my life.
You need some of them fisherman boots that come up to your waist.
Exactly.
The waiters, they call them waiters.
Yeah,
you needed some waiters for that.
So
I already know where it's going.
So the nut shit, this like 94, 95.
Soggy foot.
I'm fucking a senior in high school. I'm pop, so I need the job, and I ain't had no ride. Cheese was the only nigga that was driving, so I had to do the shift so I can get a ride back home. Man, about time I was done, from the tip of my toes to goddamn the middle of my shirt was fucking soaked. I was mad as shit, and I had some nut ass New Balances on. Them Jones was soaked through. I said, yo, I ain't going back. They're like, what you mean you ain't going back? We got you in this joint. I said, I ain't never going to fuck back there if that's what I got to do. That was the worst job I ever had in my fucking life. To this day, I was so happy when they tore the vet down. I said, good fucking riddance. Fuck the Veterans Stadium. Fuck the Eagles. And I never been an Eagles fan anyway. So I was more or less like, yeah, it's really fuck the Eagles now. And they fans, trifling motherfucker. I was mad as shit. That was definitely the worst fucking job ever had in my life, man. I would never do that again. Hey, listen, let's get to some of these comments. Big Rose said, worst job he ever had was security for a male dancer. He said the bag was heavy, but when you get trampled by 15, 300-pound women, you feel like you were in the NFL in the NFL game. Shit. Damn. Lake Fran says selling knives for Cutco, but she was a top seller though. I don't even know. I guess Cutco is a knife company. Summer Thomas said UPS. She said, so you just gonna tell everybody no angry old head? You just gonna tell everybody no angry old head?
Man, if I don't want to do it, I ain't doing it.
He said nothing like the 700 level of the vet, empty beer cans and used condoms. That was most certainly a fact. Yes, and cigarette butts. Andrea Hawley said she was a phone sex operator.
Wow.
What's so bad about that job?
That's why I put the link in the chat. If you want to come on and talk about it, come backstage and let us know what was so bad about being a phone. And then again, that definitely got to be bad though, because you get the most random, disgusting people probably saying all type of crazy, nasty shit to you, and you got to talk.
Still ain't nothing like having soggy foot though, right?
Soggy foot, drawers,
Your
wet,
socks, once your
jeans,
socks get wet, you fucked up.
Yo,
it
was all.
If your socks get wet, you fucked up, man.
Nah, your shit be so like you ever been in the pool too long, your shit just get clammy and wrinkled and fucked up, just pale. Yo,
it was all wrinkled up. Your toe was all wrinkled.
Yeah, I was so grossed out and so pissed off, man. I said I'm never going back to that job. Fuck the vet, fuck the Eagles, and fuck cheese and forget me that nut ass job. They had nerve to be mad at me. I'm like, man, y'all just gonna have to be mad. Like, I ain't doing that. Crystal Smith said, Andrea, I had the same job. Haha. Were you on 17th Street? So that's so phone sex operators was on 17th Street, huh? See, Crystal said she thought it was the funnest job ever.
Funniest job.
Oh, funniest job ever. That's decent, but at the end of the day, I thought that would have to be a hard hustle to have to listen to some of that shit. Then again, you pick up a lot of stuff.
Would be funny. I would think it would be funny though. Like,
yo, that's what I'm saying. I would have to try to prevent myself from laughing. Like at the end of the day,
y'all from Philly, so y'all know about the Piccadilly. So I'm sure them girls in the Piccadilly would
the Piccadilly.
You don't know about the Piccadilly?
Piccadilly.
Obviously, you do.
Hey, listen, I take it back to the Cherokee. My nigga.
The Cherokee, yeah.
The Cherokee.
Night on Broad. What was it? Night on Broad or something like that?
Night on Broadway. Yeah, that was another.
You to be from the Poconos, you sure know all the spooty spots in Philly.
Hey,
my ace.
All the shaky
I grew up in Jersey, but my ace was from Philly, in Germantown. So we used to be from 16 years old. That's where I bought my first pound of weed. Everybody was going up top to New York. My man was like, yo, we going to Philly. Pounds down there back in the day at some Arizona Green was only like 1,200. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was going to New York, wasting their time and efforts up there, getting shook down by police. We was going to Philly. Had a great time in Philly, like 17 years old in the Piccadilly, in Night on Broad, a few spots out there.
Yeah.
You know about the Blue Moon?
Oh shit.
Nah, I don't know about the Blue Moon. That must have been like one of the Lockdoor joints. That was a Lockdoor joint.
Hey, listen, he tried to set you up with that one right there. He definitely tried to set you up with that one right there.
There was a few other spots I was at. I don't remember the name of them though.
They shut that shit down. Didn't they close that down, Flight?
I should have an orange sticker on it for a long time.
So.
Yeah, I think it's shut down now.
I think so. Because Temple buying up all that shit, so.
Temple buying up the Blue Moon stuff?
Yeah, they snatching up all that stuff down there.
High Penn let them infiltrate West Philly like that. Yeah.
I mean, Penn, my bad.
Andrea said, I forgot where it was located, but it was under the guise of a bookstore. We were in a booth behind plexiglass, so we were talking in person, but not touching at all.
Oh, so it was a face-to-face type thing.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Was you Andrea? Were you behind the
She sounded
plexiglass?
like she was working in one of them 25-cent peep shoes.
That's a
That
peep show. Yeah, that's a peep show.
yeah. In the red in the red
Now we
light
get why it
district.
was the worst job. Now we get
Now, yeah, she telling on herself like a motherfucker.
it. Told on herself.
Remember when the curtain would go down and shit? You be like, wait.
Yeah.
Nah, I never been. I never
Hey,
been
yo,
to a peep
Shane.
show.
So John and Aunt Robinson and them, they went to one of them before, whatever,
Wait,
right?
what John? John?
But yeah, John, they went to one, right? So
Right.
Aunt was like, man, you gotta get your own booth.
Why would you try to go in to the booth together?
You gotta get your own booth.
Wait, she copping the plea right now. She copping the plea. Andrea said, laugh out loud, oh my God, it wasn't like that. Andrea, you sure it wasn't the peep show now?
That's what it sounds like.
Crystal said, oh no, my situation was a little different. I don't know, man. But continue to tell us the worst jobs you guys ever had. It's 7:47. 7:47. The show is winding down. We do have time for one more topic. I'm not even sure what I want it to be. Did we Summer said, did she have to put them on glass? Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Put them on the glass. Wow. Did she have to put them on the glass? I want to talk about something. No, because we're gonna have to save this topic for next week because that's gonna get a little heavy. But the Great Resignation was something we were supposed to talk about, but we ran a little late. But it's something I want to talk about here, and I want to go ahead and put it on screen. Right here. You see that?
That's a shameless plug.
That is most shameless. Why the
That's a
fuck would I be?
shameless
I ain't ashamed about plug. Is you crazy? Ain't
I
nothing
said
shameless.
shameless. I said shameless.
That's right. Shameless. You damn right. And it's going right back up there. Call me Pluggy Simmons. It's my females. Summer said, where's my female support, ladies? But yeah, what you see on the screen right now, if you locked into the Big Sue's podcast with Angry OG and comedian Top Flight with our special guest, Dylan Lovelace, is Loud Treats Entourage Drink. It's a brand new drink from yours truly. It's a drink that I was able to formulate. And if anybody knows anything about marijuana and THC, and they understand the entourage effect. The entourage effect is a concept that THC or CBD can't be as effective without each one being present. So I, along with my partner Ahmed, came up with a formulation where it's 50 milligrams of CBD, 50 milligrams of Delta 8 THC. Let me say that again, 50 milligrams of CBD, 50 milligrams of Delta 8 THC, which comes in at the legal limit of 0.3% THC. It is, what's pictured as the strawberry lemonade. This drink will relax you. It will cut anxiety. It will help with pain. And you will now be able to pre-order that drink at an introductory price that I won't say right now because I have to get it on the website. I'm still trying to decide what it is. But as of Friday morning, it will be available for pre-order. Loud Treats Entourage Drink in strawberry lemonade and in peach iced tea flavors. I'm super excited about this new business. I'm super excited about the launch. I'm proud of what we were able to do with this brand new company. I'm hoping that we can get the support from the family of the Big Exclusive Podcast, from everybody, in the Poconos and Dylines Network, Angry OGs Network, and everybody who's tuned in, along with Top Flight Network. I think one of the listeners, Jabira, was able to try one in the sample phase, and I hope she's on. Jabira, if you're still on, Let the people know what did you like to drink, how did it affect you, and again, it is out of the testing phase. It is ready to take off. It is ready to launch. I'm excited. I'm proud, and I can't wait to push the button so the website will be live this Friday. You will be able to pre-order because we are still in production. We have a deal in place with a co-packer, so we don't even have to make the juices. They will make the juices for us, package them up, and have them ready to ship on demand from my recipe. Super excited about that. I appreciate y'all letting me get my shameless plug
man.
on.
That's really beautiful. I'm loving that.
Hey man,
Fuck it,
I
I might as well
appreciate
tell them
that.
about the infused chicken I'm selling on the weekends. Then
Do your thing, Chicken Wing. Look,
since we plugging to get high and shit now.
but it's legal though. It's
I know.
100% legal. It's
Yeah.
100% legal. It's CBD. Is Delta 8 THC, all derived from organic, all natural hemp, right? No additives, no chemicals. We didn't do anything to try and make it shelf stable, which means it's been manufactured a little bit differently. That's why we're doing pre-orders, because we want them to be shipped out as fresh as possible, because there are no additives, no chemicals, no stabilizers in it whatsoever. When you order Entourage drinks from Loud Treats, you'll get the freshest product possible. And I stand on that. I stamp that. My name on that. So
beautiful,
I
man.
appreciate
It's beautiful.
I appreciate y'all letting me get my shameless plugs on. I appreciate that, man. Hopefully the support is there. I'll have my boots to the ground come this weekend, taking some samples to different shops who specialize in that sort of thing, seeing if they, I can get them to carry it on the shelf. If you guys want samples, like, Big Exclusive Podcast, our family, if y'all want to try it, y'all can always shoot me an inbox. And once my first 2 cases come in, I'll be sure to pass out some samples to the Big Exclusive Podcast family, because I fucks with y'all because y'all fucks with us.
All right, let me get one when they come in. I need one.
I'm not giving you
I need one.
shite.
I'm calling the police.
Call them. It's LLC. It's LLC. This trademark. There's all of that. The Popo already know. Some nut shit. That's my brother. He gonna call the Popo. Flight, what you got going on? What shows you got coming up, brother?
This weekend I am heading to the Virgin Island. I will be out there. So it's kind of crazy. I'm in the Virgin Islands Friday and Saturday. Well, Thursday I'm in New York. Friday and Saturday Virgin Islands. Sunday, Monday New Orleans. Come home Tuesday. Go back out Wednesday and Thursday to Ohio. Then next Friday and Saturday I'll be in Houston. Staying busy to stay out of trouble.
Team taking off, taking flight. My nigga. OG, what you got planned for this weekend?
Man, I ain't got shit going on, man.
It's just another 2 days, right?
Yeah.
It's just another 2 days. Dylan, what we like to do on the show when we come to the end, man, the last 5 minutes, we like to give everybody an opportunity to speak what's on their mind. It does not have to do with anything with the topics we talked about already. It can be anything that you like. You get 2 minutes and your time starts now.
Wow. Well, I didn't know we was gonna let me just take the show for the next 2 minutes, but
yes, sir.
If there was anything I'd like to talk about, it's let me think. Honestly, I would say like this. The other day I went actually it was yesterday. I went to a restaurant. As I was walking into the restaurant to get some food for the night after I closed up shop, I seen 3 little kids. They was leaving a buffet, a Chinese buffet. I say little kids, but they were obviously old enough to drive a car because they were walking to the car. And they had some ice cream cones in their hands, a couple teenage boys. They threw some ice cream on the window of the buffet, and they started laughing and giggling. And I just looked at him and I shouted, because obviously, you know, when the old heads see you doing wrong, you know, as a kid, because I did it too. I was a dumb kid. You know, they got shook and they were looking at me like, oh, snap, like we got caught. And I just looked at them like, yo, why? Like, why would you do that? So I think my point to saying that is, you know, we got to make sure as people in our community, as everybody, like even our nieces, our nephews, and even kids we don't know, we got to make sure we try to look out for one another and make sure that we know that no matter whether we want to admit it or not, we kind of represent one another, especially when it comes to people in the workplace and stuff, you know, and even outside of workplaces and in school. I think to spread that message that we all got to take care of one another and we all represent one another, whether we like it or not, it's real easy to say, like, you know, forget that, I'm gonna worry about me. But when it all boils down to it, you really holding your own self back. As you got product, as I got product, we need to make sure that we're just not out here selling product, but we got to take care of our community at the same time, and make sure, because this is the same thing that we tell Nike, this is the same thing that we tell all these other big companies, the Walmarts and all of that, who we give billions of dollars to. Us as smaller companies and people who have our own brand, whether it's a comedian or whether it's selling juices or whether it's selling shea butter, we got to make sure that we tell people to take care of us. You know what I mean? Make sure we look out, take care of one thing. One time I was in a Jewish community center. I was there. I don't know why I was there. I was probably playing ball or something. And right in large letters, it said, number one rule, all Jews are responsible for all Jews. So I want to make sure with my 2 minutes that I pass that message along. That should be our number one rule, is all black folks is responsible for all black folks. We are responsible for one another, whether we believe it or not, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. And if I had 2 minutes to waste and say it on a platform like this, that's the message I would give.
Appreciate that, man. Stick around behind the scenes. We do a little post show discussion. So stay backstage. I appreciate you, brother, for coming on. Angry OG, what's the message you trying to convey with your last 2 minutes?
I promise everybody I'm gonna do something over this weekend and live to talk about it on Tuesday. I promise.
Say
I'm
that.
gonna have a story to tell.
And next week you're gonna come back and we're gonna do what?
Talk about it.
No, that ain't it. That ain't it. What's the new one? What's the new one? Will you come back next week?
Hawk spit and talk shit.
Hawk spit and talk shit. My nigga. Stay backstage. Flight, what you gonna give him with your last 2?
Don't what I'm gonna say. What can I say? Oh yeah, this was a quote that someone told me. Failure is needed. Why is it needed? Because failure is lessons. In order to succeed in life, you have to fail, unfortunately. Because in failure, you're learning something. So get ready for your failures, because it's gonna teach you something to be great.
Hey, I appreciate that, brother. Stick around backstage. I see you backstage. So my message is pretty much going kind of be the same as it always is, but it's a little bit shorter. The message always, as usual, is Kayla and Cameron, I love you more than life itself. I pray that you guys live the life that you want, full of blessings and excitement and adventures and entrepreneurship, and become big bosses because you're little bosses. You guys inspire me every day to get up and do better, try harder, become a better man, a better father, hopefully a better mentor and a better brother and a better son. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the biggest blessing in my life. And I hope you guys become everything that you want. And I got to leave this message for the family of the Big Exclusive Podcast with Angry OG and Top Flight. This podcast has transformed and taken a life of its own. And, you know, some of the stuff that's happening, you know, I thought would happen, but to start to see it come to fruition is really exciting. And I got to say, it couldn't be done without the support of the Big Exclusive Podcast family. We have regulars who are on here every week. I want to say thank you to them for showing up every week. I also want to say thank you to them for always sharing the flyers, bringing new people in. The downloads of the podcast have skyrocketed. The streams of the podcast have skyrocketed. We're getting different people and different companies reaching out who want to do business with the Big Exclusive Podcast. And this podcast wouldn't be nothing without you guys, without my co-hosts, Top Flight and Angry OG, who bring personality, who bring attitude, who bring authenticity, and who bring their very best each and every week. I can't tell you how much I appreciate them two brothers joining me on this journey, taking it on as their own, because it is. Shit might say the Big Exclusive Podcast, but it's just as much Angry OG Podcast and Comedian Top Flight Podcast, executive producer Don's podcast, and every person that listens to the podcast and downloads it each and every week. From the bottom of my heart, from me and my brothers, thank you. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you guys again next week. And we out.